I want to welcome you to the December 23rd episode of Laid Back History's Washington County Historical Society Advent Calendar. Let's see what we're going to look at today. So what we're looking at is a crazy quilt. Now, crazy quilts, crazy quilting became very popular during the Victorian period. So late 19th century, real early 20th century. It would last a little bit longer in rural areas when it fell out of favor in more populated cities. It still stayed somewhat popular in smaller towns up until like the 1920s. But I once heard somebody describe a crazy quilt as planned chaos because it looks crazy. You know, you have all these different materials, all these, different patterns and colors, and it looks like they just threw it together, but they didn't. This thing is fully planned out. There's a personal touch to this. This is the opportunity for the maker of the quilt to show their artistic ability, but also in a lot of times, this is a way of preserving family history. And you may be wondering, how is that the case? These materials, a lot of times, are, they're materials from the family. So a piece of their clothing, a piece of a blanket that they grew up with, sometimes political ribbons, something that has a personal touch to the family, was incorporated into these quilts. And each block, is separate but together. So you have, a different pattern or a different style, different theme in each one of the blocks. And a lot of times you find family history in them. And so this particular quilt, was made in 1886, and it was made by Emma Taylor, or Emma Hall, after she was married to John Hall. They were married in 1875, and they had two children together. The first one born in 1876, and that's Ernest J. Hall. And then you have in 1878, J. Gaddis Hall. Unfortunately, Gaddis only lived to be about 7 years old. He died in 1885. Now, what's really cool about this is that one day I was here at the Historical Society, and there was a lady visiting, actually doing some research. But as she was doing research, she just wanted to go through the house, and so I was taken through the home. And she's walking by this quilt, happened to be on the top of the bed. It isn't always, and it just happened to be that day. And she looked at it and she kind of did a double take and said, "That's my family." And I went, "What?" She said, "Yeah, that's my family. Ernest Hall is my great-grandfather." And I was just blown away. I'm like, "You're serious?" And she said, "Yeah." And there was almost a tear in her eye when she saw it. She did not know this existed. She had not seen it. Come to find out, it was her grandmother that had donated it to the Historical Society. She didn't know it was here. And so this lady just, like I said, she really did. She teared up. And in that moment, she had a connection to her family that she had never had before. And that's amazing to me. This collection that you have at the Washington County Historical Society, it's about our county, it's about our region, it's about our people, and it's about family. It's about the family of the people from this area. And there's a touch, there's a connection pretty much to everybody, in the Historical Society. And that's what we like. And that's what makes it such an honor to be responsible for caring for it and maintaining it. And so I'm lucky enough that I get to do that, and I get to experience those moments like that lady coming in and feeling that connection to this quilt. So I'll see you tomorrow for our final episode of Laid Back History's Washington County Historical Society